I am so excited. I think I'm gonna do like a lives series on eyeshadow looks. Why? Because I'm terrible at putting eyeshadow looks together, and Pinterest is my jam for like all things outfit inspired, makeup looks inspired, eyeshadow, skincare. Like, I go onto Pinterest whenever I'm in like a content rut and I don't know what to put out there. I'm like, Pinterest. So anyways, I have like a whole bank of Pinterest inspired eyeshadow looks stored up, and so we're gonna recreate that the best way we can. So hi guys, maybe some of you are on your lunch break. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna show you guys the look here. Okay, here it is close up. Isn't it so pretty? So this is the look that I want to create, obviously with just her eyeshadow, her eye look. So what I'm seeing here is a very light shimmery color. So like, okay, let's back up. When you see eyeshadow looks and you're like, ooh, and you just don't even know where to start, here's kind of the process that I go through when I'm trying to figure out shades. So I first look at the inner corner of her eye, and immediately I can tell it's kind of like a light shimmery champagne-y kind of color, but there's not a ton of it. It's just like in that inner corner. So that's the first color I see. Then obviously my eye goes to kind of the outer corner where she's got kind of that darker, like cocoa-y, brownish tone, just kind of on the outer corners of her eyes. Those are the two that I see first. I go inner corner and outer corner. Those are kind of the areas that I look at first to kind of try and figure out colors. Then I'm looking at kind of the center of her eye. And if I'm looking kind of right along her lash line, you can see kind of, I don't even know, my instincts want to say like an orangey type of color. I know it's not orange. It's kind of like like a taupey maybe kind of color. And it's just right there along her lash line. She obviously has she's got some fake lashes on. She's got the eyeliner to kind of give that cat eye look. But then if you're looking like more towards the top, like the bottom of her brow, towards the top of her eye, can you guys see kind of that almost like a whitish? It's very, very, very subtle, because initially you would think maybe 3 eyeshadows. Maybe she even used more than 4. I'm going to be using 4 today to recreate this. Maybe she used, or the makeup artist on her used more than 4, but those are kind of the initial colors that I'm seeing, is that there's kind of like a whiteness right here, just below her brow, at kind of like the top of her eye. I don't even know, maybe brow bone, but not brow bone, kind of that area. So do you guys see where I'm talking about? So those are kind of the shades that I'm seeing. I obviously have no idea how this look was put together. I'm going to show you guys maybe like a 5-minute version of how you can put this eyeshadow look together, because I have 4 kids. I ain't got time to sit there and work on my eyes forever. So this is kind of the look that we're going for. So here's the thing with eyeshadows. Let me stop sharing that. So here's the thing with eyeshadows. And this is my personal opinion towards how I feel about eyeshadows. I'm not one to wear super crazy eye looks. If that is you, then my page will not be for you, because I don't do crazy eyeshadow looks. I think they're so fun and so beautiful when people do eyeshadow looks like that. That is just not, I don't know, it's just not me. But here's the thing that I feel towards eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is meant to really enhance your eye. Oh my gosh, there's a bluebird right outside my window. Oh, that was so cool. He flew away. It's meant to enhance your eye. It's not meant to be the focal point of your makeup look. It's just meant to honestly make your eyes pop. And so whenever I'm doing eyeshadow, I do tend to try and keep it more on the subtle side, because I'm wanting my eyes more to be what draws out in the makeup look. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments, do you wear eyeshadow? It's so crazy that I sit here and teach you guys on eyeshadow, because I was not an eyeshadow wearer. I didn't see the point of it. I bought those cheap little compacts, that you get from Walmart, and it comes with 4 little colors. And then my favorite was the brush inside of it. It was the little foam pad. with the brush, you know what I'm talking about? That's how I applied eyeshadow. So when I became an artist for Seint, I was handed this brush and I'm like, what do I do with this? I need my sponge. That's how I put my eyeshadow on. I don't know how to use one of these things. So we've come a long way. Julie says she loves eyeshadow. Amy feels like she wears the same 3 to 4 colors every day. I feel that. That's why I go to Pinterest. So, because I do. I know what I like. I know the shades that I like with my eye color. I get caught in this rut of just kind of like using the same things over and over. So I take to Pinterest to try and find like some different looks that I can kind of put together. So hopefully this inspires you guys. I think the girl in this picture, did she have blue eyes, green eyes? She kind of has like a bluish green eye. I always feel like browns, like neutral eyeshadow looks like this, they can really be used on any eye color. I feel like you don't have to have like a specific eye color to work with that. That's kind of why I chose this one. But I will say I have hazel eyes, I would say they're more on the green side. I tend to stay in like the violets and the oranges. Those shades, those tones really seem to make my eyes stand out more than normal. So if that is you, that would be your family of shades, I guess, so to speak. But this look, I think this look will be really pretty no matter what eyeshadow you have. So clearly you can see what some of my favorite eyeshadow colors are. So I was kind of testing these on my hand. This one looked very similar to what was on her eyelid, this one, and I'm going to recreate this with all eyeshadows from Seint Beauty Makeup. What I really like about their eyeshadows is you can pick them out individually. So I put together this palette. You don't buy pre-made palettes. You can actually choose the eyeshadows individually. They have these magnetic compacts and you just pop your eyeshadows in there and you can create your own eyeshadow looks. So I like building them that way versus buying pre-made palettes. I feel like I just don't use half of the shades that come in there. So that's just me personally. So here's kind of the colors that we're going to be working with today. Do you guys think I chose pretty similar? What do you think? Did we nail it? So, all right, I'm going to talk you guys through, as I'm putting this look together, what colors I'm using. So totally guessing based on just looking at her photo. This is how I roll. Hi, Vicky. This is just how I roll. I have no idea how this look was done, but we're gonna guess. So I'm first gonna start out on my whole eyelid with the shade Cupcake. It looks like this. I like starting out with a base like this that's pretty similar to, I guess, my eyelid. What's really nice is giving yourself a base like this. I'm not huge on eyeshadow primer. I probably should be. I know my eyeshadows would probably last longer. I feel like my eyeshadows actually last quite a while, but it's just like one more step that I have to do, which maybe will sound really lazy, but I'm like, it's just like one more thing I have to put on my eye. So I like doing a base of an eyeshadow like this because it helps give the eyeshadow something to stick to, basically. And one thing I've noticed using eyeshadow from Seint is they're very buildable. So if you are wanting something to be more pigmented, you just add them on in layers. But it's better to add them on in small layers at a time versus trying to go all in with your pigment at once. It's better to just do it in small little layers and, like I said, build upon that. So it's a great idea, not lazy at all. I just feel like between spraying, like setting spray on my face and then putting an eyeshadow base down, I've got like a good eyeshadow base. I don't know. That's just me personally. Okay. Next, I like to start out with my base and then I start out with the darkest shade. That's probably backwards from how you're supposed to do it, but that's what I do and it works. So I'm using one brush for this, by the way. Again, this makeup artist in that picture I showed probably used multiple different brushes, but that's not a reality for us normal people. So I'm just using one brush, and I'm going to start out up here kind of like in that pocket right there, and I'm going to be pulling that color in. Now you've noticed this is going on very light, so again I'm just going to work up my pigment by continuing to pack it on there, but in light layers, because if you go too dark, it's harder to take that away than it is to continue to build on that pigment. So working here, I'm bringing it up onto my brow bone. If you have hooded eyes, you'll want to make sure that you go up onto that brow bone. I don't have like extremely hooded eyes, because as you can see, when I'm looking at the camera, you can see most of my eyelid, so I don't really have hooded eyes per se. If you if your eyes are more like this and you can't really see your eyelid at all, you have hooded eyes. But as I'm looking at the camera, since you can see majority of my eyelid, I don't have hooded eyes. However, if you do, I feel like I keep repeating myself, you'll want to make sure to really go up on this brow bone right here, so that when you have your eyes open, you can see that shade. So I'm packing it in, and I'm kind of trying to stay at this angle. Can you guys see that? I don't deal with the whole tape on my face. It's like, again, one extra step. So I'm trying to stay within this angle of my eye. My eyes naturally kind of go down on the sides. They do not go up. So when I do my eyeshadow, I have to really keep everything angled to give the illusion that everything's lifted. I do that also with my eyebrows. I make my features look lifted by arching my brows more. And I get accused for having a brow lift quite often. I've never had a brow lift. I am so terrified of having surgery of any kind. It's all in how I fill in my brows. And so a lot of that has to do with your eyeshadow, with how you're putting your mascara on, the angle you're putting your eyeliner on. If you're wanting things to look lifted, you've got to pull those angles up. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this eyeshadow as I'm filling it in. So I actually want to go a little bit darker, so I'm going to put on let's try one more layer. And we're just kind of keeping it in that outer corner. You can look back to make sure you get color in that little crease right here. Oftentimes that gets missed, and then you're looking down and you can see that crease in there. So just really pack it in by tilting your head back and getting that brush in there. So I'm liking how that's looking. Let's do this at the fast version. So this is my bad eye. I have really bad eyesight on this eye. So this eye always looks worse because I can't see what I'm doing as much. So again, first thing, we're gonna hold the brush here and kind of pull it in. This is what I'm talking about right here. See how the eyeshadow isn't getting in this part? That's when you want to tilt your head back and fill that crease in right there. Okay, another thing too, if you have hooded eyes, is you want to try and do your eyeshadow look with your eyes open as much as possible. So when I am doing eyeshadow, I'm not closing my eyes very often. There's certain times I just have to, but I try to do the eyeshadow look like you can see with my eyes open, so that there's no surprises when I go to open my eye. I'm like, no, I want to see kind of what the eyeshadow is doing as my eyes are open. Okay, I'm going to pack this on just a little more. This color, by the way, is Coco. These are all from Seint Beauty. I really love their makeup, you guys. You can shop these colors through the link in my bio and build your own palette. So if you want a link to today's look, you can just comment below. I'll have details in the replay as well. But I will put together maybe we'll just put together a little cart of these eyeshadows so that you can have easy access to them. Okay, Next color we're going to move on to is Valencia. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is the eyeshadow look that we're trying to recreate. So I'm doing 4 colors. Maybe she has 4 colors, maybe she doesn't. Already I'm seeing something I forgot. See on her bottom lash line here, she's got some of that darker brown eyeshadow that she actually brought down in the corner. So we are going to do that really fast too. So in that case, I'll pinch the bristle, dip that in that color, and then we're just going to work it right on the outer corner like that. Just very subtly. Same thing on this side, because what I'm also noticing in that picture is she has that kind of taupey color on her bottom lash line as well in the middle. Like whatever she did on the top mirrors it on the bottom just very subtly. So those are like little things to pay attention to when you're trying to find like eyeshadow looks. Pay attention to what's going on the bottom lash, what's going on the top, how far up are they going, what are the angles. I mean, you can get real crazy with it, but that's initially what I noticed. Okay, so now I'm gonna dip into this color here. This one is called Valencia, and I'm actually going to start out with it right here along my lash line, just like she had it. And then we're going to bring that color up a little bit. Because she kept it kind of down here. And then it did disperse up there just a little bit. We might need one just a little darker, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I think that one might be too light as it goes on, now that I'm looking at it. Same thing on this side. And kind of go up. It is pretty though. And then we're going to do a little bit on the bottom. And I flipped that brush around. Hello, welcome guys. I flipped that brush around, so I'm working with the smaller end and applying it in the middle there. There we go. I feel like it's not... I think this color's too light. Let's take a little field trip. We're gonna go back to my eyeshadows. I think this one's too light. It looked perfect on my hand swatch, but as I'm seeing it on my eyes, I don't like how it looks. So let's try... Butterscotch. We're gonna try this one. See if we like this better. So far, by the way, this is all matte shades. These aren't shimmer. I only have one shimmery color. Okay, let's try this one. See, this one might be too brown. We'll see. Ooh, that one's better. Oh, that's way better. Already much better. Okay, so this new color is Butterscotch. I think that's what we're gonna... I'll switch that when you comment below for these colors. I will make sure to switch that out. That is way, way better. That Valencia was like not showing up. It was very light. And this is also why you do your mascara last, because the powder just kind of gets on your eyelashes everywhere, and you don't want that. You don't want that when your mascara is already on there. So that's why, if you can, try and do that step last. Okay, I just touched up this darker shade a little bit. Okay, now we move on to the fun part, which is the shimmer. So this is Sabrina, which can you tell that this is my favorite. It's like my all-time favorite eyeshadow. But she really packed it on like right here. She didn't really go anywhere else with it. It was just mainly like in the inner corner right here. So that's what we're going to do. Probably bring that out a little bit. But yeah, she mainly focused it right there. We have some eyeshadow fallout. Okay, here's what we're working with. If you guys are just hopping on, we are recreating an eye look from Pinterest. What do you guys think so far? I feel like this needs to be more. Hers was like, wha-bam. Like in your face. Okay, I think that's a good... that's a good start. Okay, next we are going to do eyeliner. I am terrible at eyeliner, but I did have somebody give me a trick, and it really, really helped when you're doing your eyeliner. This one is from Tarte. It's the Sex Kitten one. I don't know if I like it or not, but it has kind of this velvet tip on it. And she was telling me when you do your eyeliner, you're gonna go off of the waterline, but you want to keep it at that same, basically like from your nose angle. This is the angle that we're going for when we're putting this on. So you can see that's a pretty steep angle. So you're gonna start out in that waterline and then you blink. So see how it gave it just a little baby wing right there? Not a ton, but it's a good start. So we could do it one more time. There. See that little baby wing? It just kind of helps. I think I stabbed my eye. It just helps kind of give you a line to go off of, really. And then same on this side. Baby wing. There. So that's what's gonna help kind of extend. I'm pretty sure I put this sweater on backwards. I got it from the thrift store, and I'm like, what way do I wear this? So I thought it was cute this way, and then I noticed the tag is right here, so I'm pretty sure it's on backwards. Whatever. It looked cute from the front. What color should one use to highlight a salt and pepper beard? Well, for eyeshadow, nothing will probably stick, my friend. You can use some hair color. Okay. Now I'm going to desperately try through a camera to make like a nice eyeliner situation. So I'm starting out by running like the very side of the eyeliner pen on there. And I'm trying to keep it like as close to my lash line as possible. And then we are going to basically connect these and fill it in. Okay, that side is not bad. This is when I should probably stop, because otherwise I'll just make it worse. You can also go like up underneath like that to help connect it too. You are starting a trend with your shirt. Thanks. Like I said, I thought it was really cute, and then I was like, oh, I think this is on backwards, and sure enough it was. Okay, this is my bad eye, so when I try to do stuff on this side, I have a really hard time seeing. So I'm just gonna be all up in this camera right now. It's fine. And I make weird faces when I do my eyeliner. I literally cannot see. I saw these glasses where it pops up on one side, like, so that you can, so it would pop up on this side, the lens would, but I could still see through the glasses on this side. I think I need those. I think it's time. I'm like, this is, it's like a bad eye, plus I'm doing it in this phone screen on top of that. But, oh, see, okay. This is where I get myself in trouble. Because I don't stop when I probably should. Okay. Then we're going to take it on the bottom just to help kind of connect all of that. So that's my subtle attempt at an eyeliner look. Hers was like next level. I think that look, okay, so if you guys are just hopping on, this is what we're recreating here. I'm doing a more subtle version of this. I think this would make really beautiful bridal makeup, but I'm doing like a mom version, aka we're going a little bit lighter with everything. The mascara I'm using is from L'Oreal. This is the Telescopic Lift. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite mascaras. It's so good. It just, I don't know what it is. Everything L'Oreal is so good. Like, I've loved every single mascara that I've gotten from L'Oreal. Telescopic specifically has always been my favorite because it just does it all. But there's something about this one. I really like the bristle on it. There's only bristles on one side. So once I'm done like coating these lashes, I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So this bristle, see how it's flat? There's only bristles on one side. Can you guys see that? It's flat on this side. It's flat over there. There's only bristles on just the one side. So I feel like you can like pack it in a little bit better. I don't know. I just really like this. And it's cheap. I will say though, back when I started first wearing makeup, I think mascaras were like $5. Some of them are up to 12. I'm like, what is going on? Why is this? Oh man, we'll have to get that in a second. I'm like, why is this mascara so expensive? I don't really do high-end mascaras as of right now. They are just, I don't know. I feel like it's all in the bristle. And if the mascara formula isn't super oily, then you're fine. And if you buy it at Target versus Sephora, sometimes, I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't really matter sometimes, the price tag. That's just me, though. Biodynamics? What is that? I don't know what you mean by that. Okay. Well, minus getting it right here. That's what we're going with. Okay. I'm going to let this dry for a second because I'll show you a trick on how I get that off, which I didn't bring the right brush over here, darn it. Okay, let me switch out Valencia for the new one that we ended up using, which was Butterscotch. So these are the shades that I used for it. Hello! From New Zealand. Hi. Is that Switzerland? Is that the Switzerland flag? I should know this. Neither here nor there. Hello, people. Welcome. Thanks for jumping on here. Okay, so here's the palette. This is the one I built myself. If you are here on the replay, you can comment below that you want the link to this very combo. But like I said, that's what's so fun about the Seint eyeshadows is you can hand pick them individually. You don't have to buy like pre-built compacts with shades that like you'll never use. So I like that you can just custom build them. Okay, let's see if this is, All right, I think this is dry. You'll have to come back, Kathy, to the replay. I won't be able to send anything once this live is over. I lose the comments. I can't see who commented. So come back on the replay and I will for sure get you over a replay. Okay, here's my trick. You let this dry and then you just take a spoolie and it takes it right off of there. Boom! It's like it was never there. And if you got any like on your eyelid itself, same thing. You can just run it over that. I think I messed up this part a little bit, but it's fine. Whatever. Okay, isn't that a cool trick? So if you ever get mascara on your eyelid anywhere, let it fully dry. This will not work if the mascara is wet. You have to let it dry and then just run a dry spoolie brush over it and it takes it right off. Okay, what do we think? Did we nail it? Do I look like the eyeshadow look? It's close enough, right? Not bad for not really knowing what she did there. But hopefully that inspires you guys that take to Pinterest, have like an eyeshadow board on Pinterest where if things just catch your eye and you want to recreate them, send them to me. If you're like, hey, recreate this look with Seint eyeshadows, send them to me. I would love to start recreating more looks. I think it's so fun. Oh, the blue and white flag is Greece. See, I told you I should know these things, but I don't know them. I'm so sorry. I don't get out much. I've never been out of the country, so there's that. Except for Mexico. I have been there. You guys are so sweet. I nailed it. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, it's fun. And, it's all about being inspired. It doesn't need to look exactly like it, but you can kind of see what we were going for. So if you guys find pictures, you want me to recreate them, DM them to me. I will save them to my Pinterest and we'll start recreating looks here live. What do you guys think? Oh, I love it. You guys are messing with me with these flags right now. But thank you guys for being on here. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you guys later. Bye.